caught your leg in the middle of the night, folks didn't reach for pills. They reached for the pickle jar. One mouthful of that salty, vinegary, sour water could stop a cramp before you could finish hollering. Cucumbers came easy, grew right by the porch. We didn't.
Wow, guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome. We're talking about pickles and we're talking about cramps. We're talking about Charlie and Horace, the real big deal. Guys, do any of you do pickle juice? I got this one is a big jar and pickle juice. It's tangy, pickle juice, right? I'm just saying. So let's learn about these Charlie horses because the dialysis patients have them. I've had them and still do. So let's just listen to the short video and then we're going to come back and let's finish. Let's finish listening to it.
We didn't buy no pickles, baby. We made them. Vinegar, a handful of salt, a couple garlic cloves if you fancy. Pour it over them cucumbers and let it sit till it talks back. Old folks swore by it. The salt replaced what sweat took. The vinegar shocked the nerves back to sense. It even helped with faint spells, hangovers, and sugar sickness. A poor man's tonic in every southern kitchen. Pickle brine, sharp, sour, and alive, was the cure hiding at the bottom of the jar. Baby, I put the rest of these remedies in my book. Go on and get it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can sit with me next time.
Unmute. Okay, let me see. Can I hear myself now? Hold on, because I was muted. Okay, can I hear? Am I muted? Am I muted? I can't tell. It says, nope, I'm open. I'm open. Okay, I think okay, there we go. I can hear myself now. Hold on. We're good. We're good. I had gotten muted there. All right, let's say it again. So the pickle juice, I accidentally hit the mute button down at the bottom when I turned off the video. The pickle juice, we're talking about pickle juice for Charlie horse cramps. And again, like I said, why is it called Charlie horse? I do not know. I just know the athletes and all do that. So let's talk about it. What do you do? And the chat is open. If you do something for you got another remedy for it, let me know. But I do pickle juice and I just do this is dill pickle, a dill pickle, there's no pickles in there now. That one, and then I also just do plain. I don't have it here, but I keep apple cider vinegar. I find that that also works. I always keep apple cider vinegar with a couple of teaspoons of salt in that. If I don't have anything else in the middle of the night, I will do that, and it relieves immediately. So I don't know if you've ever tried it. I'm just gonna put in salt. So we're gonna talk about it just a little bit here. We got some information on it. We've been so yes, research says pickle juice may help relieve a Charlie horse, which is really a muscle cramp. Okay, so it's a muscle cramp. Somebody was a Charlie horse. It's a muscle cramp, and sometimes you get them in the middle of the night. I mean, they like um, grab your legs, man. And if you walked a lot or you've exerted yourself a lot, or if you just didn't drink enough water or something during the day, man, they can really, and they hurt. They hurt. I don't know if you've had them, but they hurt. So it says here, yes, pickle juice may help relieve a Charlie horse muscle cramp, but the science is mixed. Research suggests it can shorten the cramp duration. Like I say, it relieves it immediately, possibly due to its vinegar content triggering the nerve reflexes in the throat, though it doesn't actually restore electrolytes and hydration. You get all that stuff out of Gatorade and all that other stuff. But let's go on. Let's just get this because if you just, I just be wanting to get rid of the cramp right then. That's what I want to do. Okay. So, why pickle juice is used? Athletes swear by it, and they do. Many runners, football players, and tennis stars use pickle juice shots. Now, I didn't know you could get a pickle juice shot. I knew about this, but I didn't know about pickle juice shots. So I'm learning something really good here. Now that I want to get a pickle juice shot. Okay. Tennis stars use pickle juice shots to stop cramps quickly. And you can find out about that at eatingwell.com. Okay, like I say, rapid relief. One study found cramps eased in about 1.5 minutes, nearly 45% faster than doing nothing. Now, a lot of people would just, they say, well, I just stand, I just walk, I just stretch. I make myself to my vinegar. I have learned that it works, and you ought to see me. As a matter of fact, I've gotten so fancy now. I have that pickle juice thing there. It'd be in the refrigerator. I have my apple cider vinegar. Once I open it, I'll put it in there, bottle in there. And then I'll also, if I need, I'll keep one in my bathroom so I can get to it quick if I need it. I'm telling you. But it really does relieve fast. I'm telling you. All right. So you can find out about that on healthline.com. Okay. Another showed it stopped cramps 49 seconds faster than water. Now, the muscles are crying out for fluid, for water. But at this particular time, the electrolytes, the not the electrolytes, I want to say the pH, your pH balance is off, meaning you've heard of acidic, okay, and alkaline, acidic, alkaline. Well, it is more acidic at this time, and it needs a balance. So that vinegar helps to pop it back into place. Okay, not about electrolytes. Despite its sodium and potassium, pickle juice doesn't raise electrolyte levels fast enough to explain the effect. Again, electrolytes are potassium and sodium and these guys. You can get, to me personally, now don't check with your doctor and you do what you want to do, and this is for you. I'm just throwing out some information. But for me, I can get that stuff later. I can get that in my juice later and get my. I need to get rid of the cramp. I'll tell you about me. Now, this is me. I'm just real. If you know me, you know I'm transparent. I just need to get rid of the cramp. Okay. I can later have some electrolytes. Oh, I'm serious. Okay. Instead, scientists think the vinegar stimulates the nerve receptors in the mouth. And that's what that lady was saying in the video. Okay. In the mouth and throat, sending a signal to the brain to turn off the cramp. Oh my goodness. Did you make what is that? Anybody ever heard of this? Sending a signal? I'll put this in for my people that's watching videos later. Sending a signal to, quote, do what? Turn off, turn off the cramp. I never heard that. That is something new. All right, let's move on quickly. Benefits versus risk. Now, I don't know. Let's see what kind of risk you can get from this pickle juice because I like pickles and pickle juice. I don't know. Let's see what's happening. The benefits are quick relief for sudden cramps. Please, 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 please. Let's put that in the thing. Quick relief. How many people? I wish I had somebody type it in the chat. How many people want quick relief? Is it just me? You want to get rid of that cramp? That thing did it backwards for me. Okay, quick relief. That's what I'm after. I'm serious. And when in dialysis, I have thought that guys, that's what I do. So I got to talk about it. This is a family empowering caregivers. You're gonna have your family members come home from dialysis, and they're gonna be having cramps. It's gonna happen. That's a side effect of it, right? So some patients bring their pickle juice. They bring a little jar of pickle juice with them. Some, not this big thing. I had this in the fridge. Some bring a little jar of pickle juice with them. They do, okay, to dialysis, right? Okay, now this is not just for dialysis, but I'm just saying. Some bring up with them when they're at home. If they're having these, I wish I had known this years ago. Oh my God. But you know what? That's okay. We did the best we could. Okay. But I'm sharing with you. So, quick relief for sudden cramps. Easy to access. Store bought pickle juice works fine. Plain old store bought pickle juice. May also help with menstrual cramps. I did not know that in my day. May also help with menstrual cramps via the same reflex mechanism. It's triggering up here saying turn off the cramps. Did you guys know that? Oh my God, where's my somebody talk to me over here. Where are you, Sharon? Somebody come in here. Did you know that with menstrual cramps? You can go to verywellhealth.com and get more on that. So what are the risks? What are the risks? High sodium because this is salty. And that's one of the things people shy away from because of your high blood pressure. High sodium, about 343 milligrams per 3.4-ounce servings, nearly 15% of the daily intake. But your body can't live without salt. It has to have some salt. It just can't have a lot of salt. And at that particular time, especially after dialysis, we remove fluid and we remove whatever salt and what else you probably had in there. Your muscles are saying, hey, I need some now. You understand? And so we can't live without salt, just an abundance of salt. You got to have some salt. So that's at eatingwell.com. I try to remember to put these, if I can, these links in the description box. Okay, it's not ideal for people with high blood pressure or those limiting salt. Just don't, just be careful. You wouldn't drink all of this. You wouldn't drink all of this. You wouldn't need to drink all of that. You wouldn't need to drink all of that. Just maybe I do, where's my little medicine cup? I do, because it's strong. So I do maybe 2 tablespoons, maybe, of it, because I have to watch my blood pressure too. So maybe 2 tablespoons of it, maybe, and maybe half a teaspoon of salt. And if I have to, I can put a little water in there and get that down and get rid of that cramp. And then I can, you see what I'm saying? I can function. Now, if your blood pressure is over 200, just don't do it. Or if you're running one up in the 180s, or don't do it because I don't want you to doing something. Talk to your doctor about something else. But the average person, you want to get rid of that cramp. Okay. All right. So not ideal for people with high blood pressure or those limiting salt. Okay. doesn't replace water for hydration. You know that little bit of stuff is not going to replace water. You know you're going to have to drink some water, right? Should be used occasionally, not as a regular drink. Now, I appreciate them saying that, and they have to, but would you use this as a regular drink? This stuff is strong. Would you? Would you really be drinking vinegar as a regular drink? But they have to put stuff in there because people can go overboard and they will just start doing that and they'll get themselves in trouble. So very well health have to cover themselves and so do I. So don't do that part. Okay. How to use it. Roughly, that what I just said, 2 to 3 ounces, a quick shot was effective in trials. And that's all I use. You know those little plastic containers. You know when you get your what do you buy like tea? You know how you buy a can of powdered tea or something? You know that little scoop that be in there. Those little scoops. I use like one of those little scoops. Is it with my vinegar and I put a little salt in there. And if you have to, you can do a little water. Like I say, because it's very strong. And that's about it. That's about it. Now just don't gulp it because it's very strong. Let's take a little bit of it and wait, and a little bit of it and wait, and before I know it, my cramp is gone and I'm going back to bed or whatever I was doing. Okay. Best practice: drink it straight. Don't dilute. If you can drink it straight, do it because it's stronger and it works better. But what I'm saying is sometimes it is so strong, right? And you might, I wouldn't dilute it. If I dilute, I wouldn't put a lot of water in it. I just use that little thing. I usually put that little thing, that little scoop, put my little salt in there, and I just sip it down. I don't gulp it because you'll just choke yourself. It's too strong. I sip it. Just sip a little bit, let it go down, sip a little bit until I get it down. Okay. Um, other other vinegar based liquids like now I don't think I want to do this in sauerkraut juice. No. Now the one that I mentioned earlier, or apple cider vinegar, that one I do keep in my house. May work, but haven't been studied as much. They haven't studied it, but I've studied it and it works. Healthline.com, you can go there again. Bottom line, bottom line. Okay, maybe we can knock this out today. Bottom line, pickle juice can be a fast, safe, occasional remedy for a Charlie horse, especially after exercise. It won't fit underlying causes again, and they keep saying this. If you are dehydrated, they got to make that very clear. If you're dehydrated, you got to drink water. You got to drink your um, I don't know what you drink. I don't be careful with the energy drinks. So probably Gatorade is the safest if you can. Even on high blood pressure, be careful with the Gatorade because it's got sodium in it. But you need some water. You need some water in there. You got to drink water, okay? They just trying to make it a point of letting you know that this pickle juice does not take the place of water. I'm making a point that this pickle juice get rid of the cramp. That's my point in this lesson, okay? So it won't fix underlying causes like dehydration or mineral imbalance. So pairing it with hydration and balanced nutrition is the key. If cramps are frequent or severe, it is wise to consult a healthcare provider. So if you're just really having these things every day or something going on, you know to talk to your doctor about it, and let them know. But otherwise, guys, that's what we wanted to talk about today. Was simply um, working on these cramps. And I can't wait to get your comments to see what you use. Do you use apple cider vinegar? Do you use pickle juice? Um, or you just walk it out? What do you do? Okay. All right. So um, go back to the beginning of the video. You'll hear that video clip and how we as Black people traditionally, I don't know about other cultures, but I can speak about African American cultures on a farm. This is what they did. They grew cucumbers, and like I said, they couldn't always, they believed in home remedies, and home remedies was pickle juice for those cramps because they worked out on the farm. They sweated a lot and they needed to handle it. And so that's what the video was sharing. Okay. So I want to say thank you. Tonight is going to be, we're about 20 minutes strong, and that's okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in our next video. God bless you all.